Barcelona are in crisis. And it's not because of results, not because of tactics, but because of one decision made during the international break. Hansi Flick has exploded with fury at the Spanish national team, accusing them of neglecting one of world football's brightest young stars, Lamine Yamal. At just 18 years old, Yamal is already carrying Barcelona's hopes on his shoulders. But after being overused by Spain while nursing a painful injury, he is now sidelined at the worst possible time. The fallout. Barcelona will be without their golden boy for their clash against Valencia, and his Champions League availability is in serious doubt. So, what really happened? Why is Flick pointing fingers at Spain? And what does this mean for Barcelona's season? Stick around, because today we break down every twist and turn in this developing story. Lamine Yamal isn't just any teenager. He's not your average academy graduate trying to make his mark. This is a player who, at 18, is already being talked about as the future of Barcelona, and possibly the future of world football. This season alone, Yamal has been unstoppable. 3 games, 3 full 90-minute appearances. He's already contributing assists, creating danger, and becoming one of Barca's most decisive players. Against Bulgaria in the World Cup qualifiers, he delivered a pinpoint assist in just 79 minutes of action. Days later, against Turkey, he set up not 1, but 2 more goals in 73 minutes as Spain demolished their opponents 6-0. The numbers are jaw-dropping, but here's the problem. Yamal was carrying pain in his groin throughout those matches. Pain so severe that he required painkillers to play. Despite this, Spain started him in both games, pushing him past his limits. And now, Barcelona are paying the price. Barcelona coach Hansi Flick is not a man who usually speaks out emotionally, but when it comes to protecting his players, the German didn't hold back. Speaking to the media, Flick was blunt. Lamine goes to the national team with pain, didn't train, had painkillers to play. They were 3 goals ahead in every match, and still, he played 79 and 73 minutes. This is not taking care of players. That's a scathing attack, not only on Spain's handling of the situation, but also on their lack of communication with Barcelona. Flick revealed he's barely spoken with Spain's head coach, Luis de la Fuente. He admitted language might be part of the issue, but insisted that the collaboration between clubs and national teams must improve. The frustration is obvious. Flick needs Yamal. Barcelona need Yamal. And now, their teenage superstar is out. Possibly even for the Champions League opener against Newcastle. For a club already in transition, this is a nightmare scenario. As if losing Yamal wasn't enough, Barcelona's preparations for Sunday's match against Valencia were already complicated. The Camp Nou is still under redevelopment, forcing Barca to host their first La Liga home game at the tiny 6,000-seater Estadi Johan Cruyff. That's right, a club used to filling 90,000 seats at Camp Nou will now be crammed into a ground smaller than most third-tier stadiums in Europe. Flick tried to downplay the situation, telling reporters, "I spoke with the players, the captains, and they say it will not affect us. This is not an excuse. Valencia must play in this stadium too. We can win here, and that's what I want to see." But make no mistake, losing Yamal changes everything. Barca are already thin on creativity. Without their teenage star, the pressure will shift to new arrivals and perhaps one player who hasn't yet lived up to the hype. Enter Marcus Rashford. The Manchester United loanee hasn't exactly had the dream start to life in Catalonia. He's been used mainly as a substitute, with only 1 start to his name. A start that ended with him being substituted at halftime. But now, with Yamal out, the door is wide open for Rashford to stake his claim. Can he adapt quickly enough to the Spanish game? Can he handle the responsibility of replacing Barcelona's most electric young talent? For Rashford, this is more than just a chance to shine. It could be the turning point in his career. If he impresses now, he could silence his critics and become a key figure for Barcelona. If he doesn't, he risks being remembered as just another failed experiment. This controversy goes beyond Yamal. It touches on a much bigger debate in world football, the battle between club and country. National teams want their best players for international duty. Clubs want to protect their assets and ensure long-term fitness. And caught in the middle are the players themselves, sometimes pressured into playing when they should be resting. Hansi Flick has been on both sides of the argument. As former coach of Germany, he understands the demands of international football. But now, sitting in the Barcelona hot seat, he feels the pain of watching his young star return injured. So, who's right? Spain, who wanted to secure crucial World Cup qualifying victories, or Barcelona, who now face the consequences of overuse? One thing is clear: unless communication improves, players like Yamal will continue to suffer. With Yamal sidelined, Barcelona must regroup quickly. Valencia are no pushovers, and the Champions League clash against Newcastle could define their European campaign. Hansi Flick insists his squad won't make excuses, but behind closed doors, he'll be desperately reshuffling tactics. Will we see more of Rashford? Will veterans like Robert Lewandowski step up and carry the burden? Or could another academy gem emerge to fill the gap? And then there's the bigger question: how long will Yamal be out? Barcelona fans will be holding their breath, hoping this isn't the start of a recurring injury problem for their young prodigy. Lamine Yamal's injury isn't just a setback. It's a wake-up call. A reminder of how fragile even the brightest talents can be when pushed too far. Hansi Flick's fury may sound dramatic, but it highlights a truth every football fan knows. Without Yamal, Barcelona aren't the same team. So, what do you think? Did Spain mishandle Yamal's situation? Or is this just the risk of international football? And can Marcus Rashford finally step up in his absence? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to Eurogol Hub for more football news and transfer updates, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a story. This has been Eurogol Hub, and we'll see you in the next one.